and I would ask you to respond. Sometime in the next 40 years, robots are going to take your job.
Well, it's not even 40 years, as anyone who works in an Amazon warehouse will tell you. It's automation. Look, capital has two goals: the maximization of profit and the reductions in the cost of labor. That's it. And they do that by offshoring, outsourcing jobs, and automation.
Can I just ask a kind of a clarity question? What are we going to do with the millions and millions of people that will lose their jobs? 3 million truckers, as one example.
Yeah. Well, it's called a guaranteed minimum income. For all Americans, including parents who stay home with their children, the elderly, the disabled. I gave a talk in Canada, I think it was in Winnipeg. It's great to go to Canada because I'm kind of a moderate. And so I gave this talk, one of my screeds, and then I noticed in back of the room there were all these professors. It was the whole economics department, all of whom were Marxists. Imagine that in American university. And when I finished, one of the professors stood up and he said, all right, before he begins, I want all the students to know he's just a radical Keynesian, which isn't wrong, because I don't share Marx's or Marxist utopianism about human nature. But I do look at Sweden in the 1970s, when they had a functioning socialist system, where there was no poverty. They eliminated poverty, which we could do. Education was free, healthcare was free. Even when I lived in Switzerland, the taxes were high, but there weren't homeless on the streets. The mentally ill were not thrown onto heating grates or locked into prison cells and given psychotropic drugs to turn them into zombies. A senior high school teacher earned as much as a doctor. And that's what we have to do. But to do it, we have to overthrow these corporate forces. And let me just repeat that in case someone from Homeland Security is here. That's overthrow, O-V-E-R-T-H. We have to nationalize the banks. We have to nationalize public transportation. We have to abolish student debt. We have to create a guaranteed income. We have to create a rational. These are radical transformations. And then we have to gear the society to saving ourselves from ecocide. And I think the evidence is in that the ruling elites don't have any interest in doing any of it. So it's up to us. Because either we are going to carry out the most radical transformation in human history, or we're going to go extinct. That's it. So that's our choice.